Back in September 2010, I did a review of RealSports Boxing for the Atari 2600, a pretty decent boxing game on the system. Interesting to note, that is actually my second attempt at reviewing the game. Back in March, I did a first attempt at reviewing RealSports Boxing, which is what you're about to watch now. Basically, the whole idea was that I was trying to emulate the template that was established in Asalieri's every video game review ever, or whatever it was called. I tried to emulate the stylings before I just gave up and just did it the way I did it at the time at least. So, but after watching it, I really didn't really feel I wasn't feeling it with that one, so I just redid it, and that resulted in the video that is up and used as the actual review. So what you're about to watch is that first version of the Real Sports Boxing review, and I'll play it right now. I'll just let you watch it, and I'll add some closing thoughts towards the end of it. So enjoy or cringe or take your pick. It's all the same. I'll try to follow this to the best of my ability. Here we go.
I say hi, introduce myself, and follow it by uttering my intro catchphrase.
Hi. I don't have an intro catchphrase. I don't have a theme song. This is going along fine. Next. What else you got?
I introduce my topic for today's video by making vague assertions about the state of the world and cultural references surrounding the game I intend to review today.
Fine. We're in economic turmoil. I'm dirt poor. I could only afford this game, which cost 99 cents plus tax.
I show the game I intend to review today.
Okay, that works. This is the game I intend to review today, which you already saw the back cover for.
I declare the game's title with a dramatic flair, followed by a pause.
Yeah, Real Sports Boxing for the Atari 2600, released in 1987, long after the Atari 2600 ceased to be relevant, and everybody was playing their Nintendos or Sega Master System. Or there might be some of us who were playing the Atari 7800, which rendered my comment pointless because that console was compatible with the majority of 2600 games, and oh, I forgot to pause. There we go. Next.
Off camera, I get online and do some research, and then
I don't need to do research. I already told you this game came out in 1987, and you can tell because it has a nice red label, as opposed to, let's see, let's pull another game out of my ass. A label like that, or, let's see, a label like that, which came out in 1980, less than 7. So, padding, you gotta love it. Yeah, so this is one of the games I remember playing back when I was, yeah. Let's just cut to the game, please. I'll just hook up the 7800, which I have buried in the back over there, and
I regurgitate everything I just learned, such as the release date, manufacturer.
Yeah, I already did that.
I'll even recite at least one paragraph, word for word, straight from my research material.
Have some coffee.
Frequent endorsements of some unknown underground beverage, which I'll tell my viewers my own personal fuel required to give me the strength.
This is coffee. It gives me the strength to put up with crappy videos like that. Can we get to the damn game, please? I'm wasting like 4 minutes on this crap. Ah, that's better. So, here we go. Real Sports Boxing for the Atari 2600.
where the goal is to beat your opponent senseless and knock him down. And knocking the bastard down senseless is pretty much 90% of the game, as you'll constantly be mashing that button like there's no tomorrow. And I mean that with all seriousness. You'll move around a bit, you'll dodge a few blows, and there's rest periods between rounds. But it all boils down to you beating the living crap out of your opponent. And that's the whole game. You throw punches, he takes them until he falls flat on his ass. Literally. Shallow? Oh yes, without question. But satisfying as all hell. Forget Fight Night or Ring King or that. Toss Mike Tyson's Punch-Out the window. Real sports boxing has all of them beat in terms of raw, adrenaline-fueled simplicity and the pure joy of pounding the stuffing out of your opponent. Knock him down once and it's pretty much all over. You win. Unless you switch it over to the hard mode and then it becomes a fight to outlast 7 rounds of pain. But still, you emerge victorious. An interesting aspect to Real Sports Boxing is that you could choose from 4 different boxers. It doesn't seem like it when you first start the game and you just press the button, which automatically begins the boxing match. But then you toggle to the select button and you'll be taken to a menu with 4 different boxers, all with funny names. The variety is rather nice, but ultimately it means nothing, as all 4 fighters pretty much fight the same way, with neither having an advantage over the other. Still, the option is rather nice. The graphics in Real Sports Boxing are fairly good. Not exactly top-notch, but definitely good enough by Atari 2600 standards. There's really not much to look at, though. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill boxing game. Not much more I could say than that. The game sounds alright, every punch sounds great. It's decent enough. The crowd tends to enhance the feel a bit, but eventually it gets annoying. But on the other hand, it's not distracting enough to throw you off your game. Unless someone literally threw you anywhere, which is the only way that your game would be thrown off, in all honesty. Overall, Real Sports Boxing is actually a pretty solid boxing game, and a fun one at that if you could find a friend to play this game with. Most people will probably prefer the boxing game developed by Activision over this one, but I think this one's a better game, and it was fun to revisit old memories. If you have an Atari 2600 or 7800 and you can get your hands on this game, then do so. It's totally worth it.
Looking back, I'm sort of glad that I redid that review and posted the version that did come up. Especially when I look back and I considered, when I saw a moment that I missed the first time around, and I sort of thought, if I'm going to do it the second time around, I might as well make mention of it. Especially considering what happened this past year. I thought it was a pretty funny moment. I don't want to say funny, but it did bring a smile to my face every time the scene pops up. I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm sort of glad that I included it in the second version. So, yes, Macho Man Randy Savage apparently boxes according to this game, and it's also black. Yeah, I'm not gonna go any farther than that. Yeah. So, yeah, so that was the first version of the Real Sports Boxing review. I hope you enjoyed that, or at least tolerated it. And, yeah, I'll see you next time, so take care.